As the video begins, the host sets the stage for the latest development in a case that has been capturing the attention of the internet. It's the ongoing legal battle between Hollywood power couple Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds versus Wayfarer, Studios, and Justin Baldoni. The host wastes no time diving into the details, making it clear that this isn't just another celebrity lawsuit. It's a full-blown legal drama with new twists and turns unfolding. If you haven't been following along, the host warns, this update might be overwhelming. But for those deeply invested, it's an essential piece of the puzzle. The lawsuit, initially filed by Lively and Reynolds, quickly escalated when Wayfarer Studios countersued, claiming they had receipts proving Lively and her team were not being truthful. Now, with an amendment recently filed by Wayfarer that includes bombshell evidence allegedly linked to a New York Times article, the stakes are even higher. And as expected, Blake Lively's team has responded, but not in the way some might have anticipated. Now, here's where things take an interesting turn. The host explains that Blake Lively's team has filed a motion requesting more time to submit their amended complaint. Originally, they were expected to file by February 14th, Valentine's Day no less, but they're now asking the judge for an extension until March 5th. That's nearly an extra 3 weeks, which, as the host points out, is quite a significant delay for what is supposed to be just an amended version of the original filing. The request raises eyebrows, and the host isn't shy about questioning why Lively and Reynolds' legal team suddenly needs so much more time. After all, they initiated this lawsuit in the first place. If they truly have the evidence to back up their claims, why delay? Why not just submit everything and move forward? It feels, the host suggests, like they are scrambling for something. Perhaps additional evidence, or maybe even a strategy to counter Wayfarer's latest filing. Whatever. The case, the request for more time, is now a crucial part of this legal showdown. But of course, Wayfarer Studios isn't having any of it. The host describes how, as soon as Lively's team filed their extension request, Wayfarer's lawyers immediately pushed back, filing their own motion objecting to the delay. In their view, there's absolutely no legitimate reason for this case to be dragged out any further. They argue that Blake and Ryan have already had ample time to prepare their response, and adding another few weeks would only serve to delay justice. The host notes that Wayfarer's stance is clear. Let's get this party started. They believe the plaintiffs are simply stalling, possibly because they don't have the solid case they initially thought they did. The courtroom tension is palpable, and the battle of legal filings is becoming as much about timing as it is about truth. The host suggests that Wayfarer's aggressive push to keep things on schedule signals confidence. Perhaps they feel they've already won this case and just want it over with. On the other hand, if Lively and Reynolds are truly struggling to put together their amendment, it doesn't look good for them. And then, the moment of truth arrives. The host details how Judge Lehman, the figure overseeing this case, reviews both arguments and delivers his ruling. And in a move that seems to catch both parties off guard, the judge gives a ruling that's neither a full victory nor a complete defeat for either side. Instead of granting the nearly 3-week extension that Lively's team requested, he allows them just 1 extra day. That's right, 1 day. Instead of the February 14th deadline, they now have until February 17. The host can't help but find the decision amusing. It's almost as if the judge is saying, "All right, you want time? Here's a tiny bit of time, but don't push your luck." The ruling leaves everyone in a strange limbo. Lively's team gets their extension, but barely. Wayfarer doesn't get their outright denial, but they still effectively win because the delay is negligible. It's a small yet significant development that keeps the case moving forward at a rapid pace. Now comes the juicy part, the speculation. The host can't help but question, why did Lively's team ask for more time? If they were prepared when they first filed the lawsuit, why do they suddenly need weeks to rework their amendment? Theories begin to swirl. Could it be that they are still gathering evidence? Or are they hoping for more people to come forward and back their case? The host mentions rumors that Lively's legal team is trying to recruit additional plaintiffs to strengthen their position. But there's a problem with that strategy. No one seems willing to join. The host explains that people are reluctant to get involved, likely because the case has become so messy, so convoluted, that stepping in now would be a losing battle. It's a waiting game, but the clock is ticking, and the pressure is on. Things take an even stranger turn when the host reveals that a TikToker who had been covering this case had their video taken down. Why? Allegedly, because they exposed that Lively's team was actively reaching out to individuals, trying to convince them to participate in the lawsuit. The host is baffled by the idea that they're possibly lobbying for more involvement, but even more shocked that people are turning them down. The case is growing more controversial by the day, and the attempts to control the narrative, whether through legal filings or online censorship, are only adding to the intrigue. Out of nowhere, Taylor Swift's name enters the chat. The host explains that, somehow, the pop star has been pulled into the chaos and is now trying to avoid the spotlight, even allegedly fleeing the Super Bowl under umbrellas to escape attention. There are even whispers that she may be deposed in this case, adding yet another layer of drama. But why is Swift involved? What connection does she have? The host promises to dig deeper, but for now, it's just another bizarre turn in this already complicated legal battle. As the video progresses, the host shifts gears, jokingly lamenting that instead of going out for a romantic Valentine's Day dinner, they'll be at home, eagerly awaiting the newly filed amendment. There's something oddly compelling about treating legal documents like must-read literature, and the host fully embraces the absurdity of it all. It's a rare moment of levity in an otherwise intense discussion. In a surprising twist, the host shares that someone claiming to be one of Ryan Reynolds' former teachers reached out with details about his childhood. According to this source, young Ryan was a handful, described as a little cray-cray, with some behavioral issues. The host teases that they'll reveal more on the next episode, adding yet another wild element to this already convoluted story. As the video comes to a close, the host promises more revelations in the next episode. Allegedly, there's an entire behind-the-scenes strategy at play, and the host is determined to uncover it. From legal filings to celebrity gossip, this case has it all. The final words? Stay tuned, because this saga is far from over.